Drug Dealers Dreams podcast.
If you tune in to gossip, tune out. Drug Dealers Dream.
A drug dealer's dreams.
Drug Dealers Dream, man. We back.
Another episode
With
a very special guest, super
Very
special
special
guest.
guest. I'd like to introduce Kiki.
Hey guys.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I want you to, we usually give an introduction, but I know you do a lot, so I'd like you to introduce yourself to the world.
That's a good call.
And say all what you got going on and elaborate.
Okay, well, I'm Kiki. I host a podcast called Cocktails Dirty Discussions. I created it a couple years ago. We are 113 episodes in. Just
Damn.
113 yesterday.
That's a lot of episodes.
Damn, we got
Yeah,
20.
it is.
Yeah.
But you'll get there. You'll get there.
22. Maybe
So-
Jordan. We might be at 20 now.
So we talk about sex and dating. We talk about it really openly. Right now, my co-host is Medina Monroe, and we invite different guests on, have them share their personal stories. Sometimes we get some duds who come on and try and make general statements, and it annoys us. We also drink cocktails
Okay.
on the
Makes
show.
sense.
So
Makes sense. Help with the sponsors.
Me. Yeah.
If that
Forgive me at the end of these episodes if you guys go back and listen, and I'm slurring because that's what
It's all
happened.
good.
Okay.
It won't be the
But yeah, I
first
do
time.
that. I have a show coming out next year at the beginning of January on Dash Radio called The Walk of Shame. That'll just be me, and it's going to be sex and pop culture.
Oh, okay.
The
So,
walk
yeah.
of shame means what? Like
The
the
walk
night
of like
after
if
a regrettable
I got
sexual
really drunk
encounter.
tonight and slept with one of you or both of you, and then
Okay.
I left in the morning. That's the Walk of Shame.
Okay. Don't
Learn
forget
something
about
new.
Chop.
Learn
Or
something
chop.
new. Learn something
But
new.
yeah,
every
that's the
day.
Walk of Shame.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be like, you know, kind of like girl talk, except it's just me and just running through the stories and things that happen and just my personal opinion on them, my take on them, and we'll have
Got
guests
you.
from time to time. I also work for Streets 94.5. That is my day job. And so
Cool.
there, I'm the business manager. I handle the finances, but that's so boring. So I don't even talk about that.
Don't walk over that, because Streets 94.5 for people who aren't in Atlanta,
Right.
that's a radio station.
Yeah,
and
it's a hip hop station here.
And I like it the best. I listen to 94. If I
Okay.
listen to the radio, I listen
Yeah.
to that the most out of all.
Yeah.
of it. If I don't listen to satellite radio,
It's just my job there is boring.
okay.
What do you
like you're
do?
not a radio personality.
No, I used to be, but now I strictly handle the finances. So all the money coming in, all the money going out. Where is the money? That's what me and my boss say all day long. The owner of the station.
Definitely
Yeah.
heard y'all don't be paying dues. So.
Yeah.
Oh, what? No, I mean people not paying us. Wait a minute.
But nah, that's dope. So you wear many hats.
Mm-hmm.
What made you want to do? And the reason, like, one thing about Drug Dealer's Dream is people from all walks of life could be on our show. From her doing a podcast, working, whatever she's doing, she's still living the Drug Dealer's Dream. Every person who's living the Drug Dealer's Dream will keep repeating is to take care of yourself, stay free, stay out of trouble, live a good life.
Wow.
Or knows I don't want to go to jail.
Definitely,
That's a fact.
definitely.
Because a drug dealer never wants to go to jail.
Never.
And they will eat me alive, and they already know.
They what?
They would eat me alive.
Literally.
Okay. I'm glad you know that. I'm glad you know that.
I know. That's why I gotta stay out of trouble.
Got
Yeah.
you.
So, this show will be it'll be relatable to your show, I'd say, only because you're a female, and I know y'all talk about all types of topics on your show, right? We spoke about this a little bit off air. Blanc brought it up. You are a business manager at Streets 94.5. You got a show coming out. You have a show you did 113 episodes on. What is it that makes y'all not fuck with the dudes who work in the corporate office with y'all, and y'all want a guy with more edge or a street nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's your case, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I'm single. I'm not dating anyone right now.
Okay.
But I guess
You on
what
strike?
happens, huh?
You on strike?
No, not on strike. I'm actually very available.
Okay.
I'm looking.
Fellas,
Do you
y'all know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a fact.
But I think what it
You want
really
to give your
wa-
Christian Mingle link? Your
Well, I'm not on
profile
Christian
now?
Mingle,
Okay,
but
all
I'll
right.
be honest, I've been watching 90 Day Fiance, and I did sign up on International Cupid. But I didn't know that you had to pay for that. Okay, so on
Never heard
90
of
Day
that,
Fiance,
What's it called?
It's a
90 Day
show.
Fiance. It's on
Okay.
TLC. Yeah, it's a show. And
90
these
Day
people
Fiance.
are falling in love. They have these international relationships. One person's in America, the other person is in some foreign
So
country.
you're looking for
See, I
that's
seen
how
the
male
jail
Okay, but
one
this
where
is
they
the thing.
fell in love with the dude in jail.
Love After Lockup.
Love
That's
after
a good
lockup.
one.
I definitely.
So I'm not
that's
going
a
on
fact.
prison pen pal dating. I'm not there yet, but
Okay.
I mean,
You might
in
come
2
out
years
better.
I might be.
You might come out better.
I don't know.
Dudes
But
is coming home just trying to change their life, man. They need
But
strong
look,
dudes, strong women to
the
hold them
dudes
up.
on 90 Day Fiance, they're like American men, and they're just like, I have a hard time meeting women, blah 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 blah. They are sponsoring these girls' businesses, and
Like
they
a
are
mail order
getting
bride,
played.
kinda.
Not even, because these women over there are playing them. So I'm like, if they can meet a nice,
Overseas?
yes.
I thought it'd been the other way around.
I thought so too, but no,
Okay.
they are really getting played.
This
It's
is
kind of
interesting.
sad, but one of the guys was like, yeah, I was on international, International Colombia, International Thailand. So it's like different ones. So I said, you know what, let me just see what's on here. I got a little drunk one day watching the show, binge watching it on the weekend, and I signed up. And then I realized these people are even bigger suckers than I thought, because they're paying like almost $40 a month just to send messages. So that lasted a day.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But no, I don't have a Christian mingle. I just have Instagram. And I'll
But-
probably ignore it. So
Okay, but back to choosing the type of guy. Like, I'm assuming what kind of guys you choose.
what do you think I would choose?
Usually corporate people choose guys with more edge. Usually what you involved in, you usually choose the opposite.
But I really don't, like, I do work in the business office at my station, but it's a very lax environment.
It is streets 94.5.
Yeah, it's
And you're
it's the
mingling
ghetto,
with
for
like
real.
entertainment.
Like I walk into work sometimes like, whoo, child of the ghetto. That's what it feels like. It's a very lax work environment. But I think sometimes it's like opposites attract. And the corporate dudes, they can be boring, they can be corny. Sometimes they
What
hide
makes
who
a
they
man
are.
corny? I want you to go ahead.
I want to say, and I'm gonna see if she agrees. How could you ever choose a dude who wears jeans with shoes?
What do you mean?
Like,
You have on jeans and shoes right now?
No,
No,
shoes,
shoes.
like wingtip
like
shoes
no lace
with a blazer.
shoes
Okay,
that
I
got
don't
no lace.
choose those kinds, so I don't know.
This
But
is a
what
good
I don't
question.
know.
I see it all the time.
That looks
You're
corny.
talking about
That's
business casual. That's what you're talking about.
But
business
but
casual.
but
That's what
but
called
that's
right
their dress down. Like sometimes you go out,
That's comfortable.
and you might go to a place and you like, this dude really has.
That's like my
shoes.
dad, yeah.
He has
Yeah.
jeans on.
So you're not
shoes.
feeling that?
He might have a blazer on. He might have double
Okay,
back.
it's not 1985. I don't
But
know.
The
They're still
sweat
doing
can be
that?
suede.
But dudes
I don't know.
definitely be wearing jeans and shoes.
With a
And I'll be
blazer.
like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I really had a job, I might do that because I just want to be kind of a little cooler. But you're talking
Mm-hmm.
about after work, like you put this on to come
Right.
to.
I would rather just go full suit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
a full suit.
compromise.
Now, if you're in a full suit, that's
yeah,
a different
that's
story.
because you're on something else.
That got both hands open.
Yeah, that's
but
like,
don't try to
it's a
be
classy
cool
man.
with
Wait
the
a minute.
jeans and.
That makes somebody look corny. So then you already have your guard up, like this is a corny dude.
Okay, so do you just when a dude comes like if a 9 to 5 guy approaches you, do you just automatically assume he's corny? Then he has to prove his non-corniness to you?
Yes. I do it deep side. And I try to
Okay.
keep it inside, but my face says it all. And it's like, I know this is going to end in him being so corny.
Okay,
Like,
so
I've been
tell
down
me,
this
give me an experience when the corny red alert went off in your head.
Like, you're sending me news articles all day. Not to say I don't check
Do
them in.
what?
Sending me news articles, like texting me links to
I
different
thought you
news
said
articles.
nude article.
Oh, not nude articles.
okay,
That would be
alright.
a little bit more exciting, but still weird.
Alright.
But no,
News
news
articles?
articles. Like you're
Wow.
sending me
Like what
stuff
happened to Trump
from
today?
Money Magazine, yeah, stuff like
Okay.
that.
On
And it's
the
just
price
like,
of stock at fucking
and then if
Google
I
went
talk
up.
about like, my trash TV that I watch, 90 Day Fiance, or like
Right.
The Housewives.
And you're just.
It's just like,
you're
oh my
just
gosh, what
How
trash.
could you?
Yeah.
How could you?
Yeah,
You're
like
dirty.
that is horrible. I'll never forget. I wouldn't even say I dated this guy, but I went on a date with him, and he was asking me what I did. And I don't like to fake the funk. Like I already knew what kind of guy he was and what kind of woman he wanted. I knew I wasn't it. But I said, you know what? Sometimes people fool you, right?
Right.
So I was telling him what I did the day before, and I was just watching reality TV all day and like eating wings and drinking liquor,
Right.
having a good day on the
Right.
weekend, chilling at
Right.
home. I'm off. I can relax, right? So he was just looking at me like, how could you watch Basketball Wives? Like, that is so detrimental to the black community. And I'm like, no, you're detrimental to the black community because, like,
I don't
hey,
know
it's
how
entertainment.
far he thought he would have got after that.
I don't know because I'm like, I already told you what I like to do. You
Yeah.
thought that was gonna, I don't know. So now I've also found like when I meet men, depending on the setting that I meet them in, they might look at me or maybe they've heard about me through like a mutual friend or something. So they'll already have an idea of what kind of man I want. They're usually wrong.
Okay.
But they'll have this idea, so I feel like they try to pretend and put on airs like they're somebody else, and it's like, that's not what I want. And then it's like, you're not being yourself, and no matter who I meet, even if you are a corny dude, if you can stand up and own your corniness, I might be able to figure out how to like it. If you're comfortable in your skin, and let me be comfortable in mine.
That's one rule, guys. You got to be you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like,
no matter what.
If you don't like me for me, then so what the problem is what's the saying? You can people can what I mean, real people can be real. They can. I don't remember the saying.
Yeah.
Either which way, you can't fake
Yeah.
being real.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can.
It can only last so long.
It can only last so long. After a few months,
Everything in the
or a
dark
few
comes to
weeks,
light.
or what have
few
you, she's
drinks.
gonna
Yes.
like,
Word.
yeah. That's
So
a
does
fact.
that steer you towards dating somebody that you feel like has like some type of street element or background? Because that
Or
can
at
go
least
wrong
looks
too.
like
That
it.
can go wrong too.
That's
oh
a
yeah,
fact.
it can.
We see it all
You
the
said
time.
looks like it.
Yeah.
So
Like
you
you don't have on the like the shoes and the jeans
With
with
the
the shoulder
Wrangler,
pads, like y'all said.
Gotcha.
Like maybe
Because
maybe
you
just
might
don't
not even be
dress like a
super
corny
street.
dude.
You might just be
Yeah.
regular. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
And
There's
that's
nothing wrong with
fine.
it.
okay.
But also don't pretend to be like a street dude if you're not.
Yeah.
Because if something happens,
You have to
like we're in
stand up to
danger,
that street shit.
and you run behind me,
Yeah.
Right.
then first of all we're both gonna be dead.
I
'Cause
think
I'm not a street girl at all.
I
I'm
think
sure
a
you
lot
guys
of
can guess
times
that.
though, women think they want something, and then when they actually get it, they realize this isn't for them.
That's true. I dated this guy. He, I didn't know he had just got out of jail when I met him, but he was like fresh out of jail, right? So he, time goes on, not much time, like a couple weeks, and he had a gun in the car and he got pulled over for what? I don't know. I wasn't there. So we were on the phone and I was supposed to be meeting him to go eat, and so then he was like, "Hey, let me call you right back. I'm getting pulled over." So I'm thinking he's getting a speeding ticket.
Right.
He calls me back like 45 minutes later, and I kept texting him like, "What's going on? If you don't want to meet anymore, just say that." Like,
Right.
I'm getting an attitude. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
So he calls me. He was like, "I'm in the back of the police car, and I'm about to go to jail. It was a pistol in the car. It's not mine." And I was like, "Oh, this is. Wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute."
Where's
And
my
then-
corny guy at?
Yeah, because
I'm
then I
not
was like, okay,
riding.
he's getting too
I'm not
real.
accepting no
I'm
collect
not a ride or
calls.
die. I'm not. So he was like, I need you to call my uncle. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. Like, who is your uncle? I don't know your family.
Yeah.
Like, no, and even your mama looks hood as fuck. Like, she will beat my ass if I
Yeah.
don't call the uncle. I really don't want any parts of
Right.
this. So then I was scared. Right? I was really
Time
scared.
stamp.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to call the uncle because I
Right.
saw the uncle before and he had a big piercing in the middle of his head and like tattoos on his face. So I was like, that's really not somebody you want to fuck with. And they just seem to go in and out of jail, so they're really not scared. I'm scared. They're not. Okay, call the uncle. I was like, listen, I don't have any money. I just got out of college. I'm poor.
Yeah.
I cannot help, but he told me he got arrested. This is where he was. I don't know what they're going to do with him, but I really feel like you know.
But it's only our second date.
Disclaimer,
I don't
I
even
don't have
feel.
any
Well, it
money.
wasn't second date. It had been like a month or two, but still, I don't care if it had been 6 months. Like,
Right.
wait a minute, I didn't know you was getting in trouble. Like, I
Right.
just thought, you know, you used to be kind of a hood rat, and now we cool. So he goes to jail. He finally gets out, and then he's like asking me to borrow money, and I was like, you don't have a job. Like, how are you
can't
gonna pay me back? And I really did just get out of college. The fuck? So I'll never forget the last time I like hung out with him.
It's a great
He
story.
tricked me, and he told me we were going to Istanbul in Buckhead, right? So he's like, okay, meet me at this address. I got a new place. So I was like, okay.
Plot.
That was dumb. That was so dumb.
Hold on. Pause. Did
What?
you write him while he was in jail?
No, he wasn't in jail that long. They didn't like do like a real sentence. He was like being held there. He probably went to jail. I don't know. It didn't last that long, so I don't know. But he was out, I think, on parole or something. So he was gonna violate it and like fuck all that up. I don't really know how that works. So anyway, I ended up at the Residence Inn off of Piedmont in Buckhead, right? So I felt safe because it was a Buckhead address. My ignorance. But then I get there and I was like, this is not an apartment.
That was his new place.
That's what he said, but y'all
That was a
wait.
hideout.
It was the trap house. So of course, I had never been in anything like this. So I go inside, and I was just like, first of all, the man with the piercing.
How did you know
right
it was a trap house?
Because I went inside.
What did you see?
I saw bricks of cocaine. I did not know what that was. And then I was just like, oh, I'm so scared. But like, I don't know if I should just up and leave because I feel like that's going to give everybody the shakes. And they're not gonna.
So you tried to play it cool for a second?
I did, but I was like sweating. My armpits were sweating. Like,
did you start talking different when you went in there?
I was not talking. I wasn't saying shit, and I kept looking down because I was like, I really don't want them to feel like I see this, but I think I know what this is. And I really wanted to text a friend, but I was like, they probably have some sort of technology in here, and they can read my text messages. Like, I really just don't know. This is not for me. Dear God, if you let me out of this situation, I promise, I'm done with them. I'm done. So. They are like
something
doing
had
whatever
you keep
do.
coming back though. There was some element about him that had.
Is.
I don't know. I don't know.
Use your imagination. You know what it is.
No, I don't know. You're gonna have to say it.
Show.
You're gonna have to say
The
it.
sex was good. So that's what kept me coming back and risking my damn life. So anyway, I was just like, I am
They got
not,
you wasting
you know,
your freedom.
I'm just not. This is not for me. So they're doing whatever they're doing with those drugs, and I was like, imagine if police come in here, like. I've moved, so he really doesn't know where I live. Like
you could make a
to go
clean break.
Yeah, could I? I don't know. And then I was just thinking about it really hard. And then like there's all these characters coming in and out, and I am sticking out like a sore
You were
thumb.
there for a while.
Like a good 2 hours.
How many? You were there for like multiple transactions.
I don't know. I was trying to.
I don't know what a
Did you make
transaction is.
yourself- Did you make yourself?
I went to
like,
the bathroom and hid for like 30 minutes. I was like, my stomach hurts. Can I use the bathroom, please? Is that okay? But then, like in the music videos, you know, everybody is always like naked. So I was confused as to what was going on because nobody was naked in there.
Oh, like cooking
Yeah,
up.
no.
It's-
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. I thought she was a music video.
Oh
I promise
my
you guys,
God.
I'm a total square. And I know I am.
You
and
didn't
they
make
see that
yourself
in me.
useful. You didn't like roll a
No,
blunt or anything.
I don't know
you
how to
just
roll a
sat
blunt.
there.
I don't even smoke weed. I don't know how to do it right.
Did
So
you take control of the playlist? You didn't do anything.
I didn't care about a playlist. I was
You just sat
sweating.
there.
I went to the bathroom and I
Texting
prayed.
mad people in the
And
bathroom.
then I wasn't even texting people because remember, I thought that they could read my text messages somehow. I didn't know if there was some. You know how they have like police
story is
scanners
great.
where they can hear like the radio. I didn't know if it was
Like somebody's outside in a van that says Dunkin'
There were
Donuts,
too many
Paul's dry cleaners on his
Yeah,
side.
this pierced. What is
right
this?
here,
what
the
do
third eye, and he was a psychic. I'm convinced. I wish I could remember his name, but I probably shouldn't even say it.
He had his chakra pierced.
Yeah. So I was just scared, and then I just didn't know what I should really be doing in that situation. So when I finally left, first of all, I was mad because I was hungry, and I thought we were going to eat at Istanbul. I was ready to order some food, and that didn't
Every
happen.
woman falls for the let's eat trick.
Yeah, and I was just
That's
like,
the
you really
first
just
thing
wanted
you
me to come
learn.
sit over here where
They
y'all
want
did your
lamb
drug
chops.
stuff.
At Istanbul.
Exactly.
They got a brick oven.
Exactly
You
what I
can see the
wanted.
fire.
You can, and it's pretty in there.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, he's really not gonna fit, but I will, and it'll be fine. Like, who cares? Like, we can have a good time.
Hopefully he doesn't bring the pierced friend.
So I don't know what happened, but
How'd you get out? How'd you get out?
He was like, oh,
Before
I
the
gotta
raid.
run and do something. He was like, you know how dudes will talk real quick in circles that really don't make sense? But I was so ready to go. I was like, it's okay, babe. I'm just gonna go home. Well, I'm gonna stop and get something to eat, and then I'm gonna go home.
So you never got to eat.
She got her own self. Something.
Yeah, I had to go get my own food. I'm like, what a waste, because I could have called somebody else that wanted to hang out. But yeah, that was like, Then I had a couple scammers. But that's different than drug dealers.
I want you to tell the world
But-
how that's
but-
different.
because, see,
When you get a
I don't
chance.
hate on scammers. The thing is they just act like they have so much more than they have. So it's,
Yeah, and it's like once the card don't go through, it's just over for you. And I've been there when that happens.
10
and
cards.
That's
Try this
embarrassing.
one. Try this one.
Yeah.
Try this one. Be like,
And I feel like, okay, even though I don't think it's good to sell drugs. I won't say it's all the way bad, right? You know, but it's
It's
like
a little
scammers
more
are just
honorable than a
fucking
scammer, though. It's
stealing.
a little more
Yes.
honorable.
At least,
Yeah.
well, some other things may happen with a drug dealer. I don't know, not my business. But
Right.
you have a product and you're selling it.
Right.
It just happens to be illegal.
Right.
I used
right.
to sell candy in junior high to make my money, and that was technically illegal.
That's
so,
a fact.
You know,
Right.
And sometimes you sell weed in states where it's illegal, but now it's legal, so it's not illegal
Right.
anymore. It's like prohibition.
But then they try to
was-
kick you out of it.
Right, but
because
alcohol was illegal.
Right,
But
right,
then
right.
once they got rid of prohibition, now you sell it in every store. Damn, what was I doing? Was it so wrong? Once the white man
It
says
just was
it's not,
illegal.
it's not.
But
You
the
know what I mean?
scammers, you're stealing from my grandmother's retirement fund, and you're stealing from babies who haven't had a chance, and you're filing taxes on them and doing all kind of illegal. So to me, that's not as good. And they seem to be very selfish. I feel like a drug dealer is more likely to help his people, give them jobs.
Well, maybe a
give
drug
some
dealer
money back.
appreciates their money more because they're actually
work
risking
for
their
it.
life for it, whereas a scammer feels like
They
they're
probably
getting
have-
free money. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the lottery versus a job.
So maybe they treat their ladies in a similar fashion. Maybe they just think, you know, they're interchangeable and free.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
I would say so.
Do you have a good scammer story? Because that drug dealer story is incredible.
Scammer doesn't mind taking anybody to dinner every day. Bring
Right.
your whole
Yeah.
crew.
Right. Yeah,
Because
How many
one of
friends
these
you
bring
got?
cards
everybody.
is
A
going to
drug
work.
dealer be like, why are you bringing your friends? Every time we
Because-
go out there, your scammer be like, bring more.
Because
Yes,
one
they'd be like,
thing
"Bring
about a
everybody, it's
scammer
cool."
is once you start to use the card, it's gonna blow up. So I might as well swipe the
Yes.
fuck out of this card.
Yeah, it's like, I
because
can't
whether I
spend it
spend
when I go to
100,
jail.
whether I
Yes.
spend 100 or 1,000, what I'm saying is that card is gonna bust. So I might
Spend
as well
as
swipe
much.
this
Right.
900 for dinner. Oh, wait,
Me and my friends ate good.
You'll
I paid
definitely
for
go to
figures.
Istanbul with a scammer. See, you never made it to
I'm
Istanbul
going
with
to
the
better
drug dealer.
places than that.
Right,
With the
but
scammer, that was for my drug dealer. No, I need somewhere expensive that
So
I
where
I
would
can
you
afford
go?
to go to Istanbul.
Right,
myself.
right.
But am I gonna go to somewhere? I don't know. Because
Ocean
someplace-
Air or
Del Frisco or
maybe
something.
even more. They're more expensive. I
Maybe
don't know.
more. I don't know. Like, okay, back in the day, because I'm old, everybody used to go to Twist for lunch and like
That's a
buy
fact.
everything.
Yeah.
That's where the scammers were. If you didn't have a scammer and you wanted one,
How do you
were
spot a
neutral.
scammer? Tell
They
me
have on
off the rip.
flashy stuff. First of all, they're probably African.
Do they have a T-shirt that's tucked in?
That maybe.
With a Versace belt.
Yeah.
Yes, Versace.
Has to be the
Gold
Medusa
foil
head.
lettering,
Yeah.
Foil
logos,
lettering, okay.
everything,
Okay.
everywhere.
Okay.
They
And they
probably have
dance.
a haircut.
They like move
Well,
around.
They
to the
used to
music.
have the
They're-
hookahs
'cause
on
they're
the
happy.
patio at
They're
Twist.
happy.
Okay.
They
do.
don't sell hookah at Twist.
You know they
So
used
all
to
the
do. You're
scammers-
100% right about that.
And the scars. So they would have that. So you could kind of spot them. They just had to look in their eyes.
You
and
know they
had a
would
bunch of
eat at
girls.
places that they also
Prime
could shop
time.
at. That was real. Like that's scammer life when you eat somewhere where you can shop.
Yeah. Then he said something like, "Let's go in the store. You can get what you want." Yeah, a standard hustler wouldn't say that off top.
Nah.
He's just, I'm gonna swipe your life away. I have 14 cards.
But see, I was always nervous because, again, I can't go to jail. So I would pick out my things and I'm leaving.
Okay.
You get them, I'll see you somewhere else because
Okay.
I'm not going to jail.
Okay.
And being somebody's bitch. Like, no.
Being
No. Like, I'm a woman.
Orange is the new
So if I
black.
end up being somebody's bitch in jail,
Mm-hmm.
what are they using to take me? Like,
Their muscles and their
no,
mouth.
No, like a
what are
roll
they gonna
of
put inside
banana.
of me?
A
Because
sausage.
they don't have like a real part. What
Oh,
are you-
there's no
it's a
strap-ons in
broomstick?
prison. That's what you're saying. There's no strap. So they're
Yeah,
making.
but
They might be making
They
strap-ons
make
in women in
vibrators.
prison.
I watched a documentary on it. I found
Really?
it very interesting. But I don't want a prison vibrator in my body. I'm gonna have tetanus in my vagina.
Respect.
Is that what I want? No.
That's not what
So
you want.
I'm trying to
Your
think.
pH would be
I
all
can't
fucked
think of
up.
anything. Yeah, my pH, my blood, everything. My skin is gonna turn green down there. That'd be awful. I don't have a story about a scammer who was out, but there was a scammer.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing like tax fraud and credit card fraud and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to prison. Another friend of mine, we have a lot of mutual friends. She tells me this.
Mm-hmm.
I Google him to try and find him. Like, you're in federal prison. I can find you. It's so easy. I don't even have to do that much searching.
Right,
I
right.
know exactly where you are.
Right.
I found the article that says what he did, how much he owed. It was like millions of dollars. So then I kind of got hot. Because I'm like, you never really bought me nothing that was that expensive. So you stealing millions of dollars and like I still
Feds
live
do
in an
be
apartment and have a
exaggerating,
regular car? No, he was stealing
was
a lot
getting-
of money. He was blowing most of it in the club though.
Okay.
So anyway, he's calling me from random phone numbers. Now I know he's in prison, but he doesn't know.
I was gonna say we
that I'm
might
in
know
prison.
this guy.
You might. So he's calling me from random phone numbers, and he's like, I'm on vacation. So he would tell me he was on vacation wherever the area code was. Who goes to vacation in South Georgia? What is in South
You said
Georgia?
Jessup.
Like, the fuck? So I'm just confused. So he's like, tell me this. And so one day we were on the phone, he called me, and I was just waiting for him to tell me. I was like, I don't know why he won't tell me. Like, it's not like you were paying my bills and now I'm stuck.
Right.
And I'm still mad because I saw how much money you allegedly stole, and I didn't get a big enough piece of the pie. So we both got issues.
You feel like
So-
you earned that.
I did. Like, I mean, I wasn't sleeping with him, but I was like hanging out all the time. So I felt like I earned it, and I let you go out and be seen in public with me. I know people thought I was fucking him, and I
Okay.
just let them think that, even though he knew, do not touch me. We can smoke hookah together, we can drink. Do not
Scammers love
touch me.
hookah.
They do. I do too. That's how I was.
But drug
attracted.
dealers
So
like weed more than
they
hookah.
do, that's how I know when I meet them out. If I get confused and I order a hookah, they be like, "Damn, Ma, you really like hookah?" Huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "I don't really fuck
I don't
with
even smoke that shit.
I just smoke weed." And I'm like, "I know where to put you. I know what this is." So anyway,
Note
he
to
calls
self.
me on. So he was calling
Yeah.
me on three-way with friends or whatever, and he coughs. Well, someone coughed. So he was like, "You okay?" And I was like, "Are you okay?" He was like, "What you mean?" He was like, "You were just coughing really bad." I said, "That was you coughing. I didn't cough." He
Friend
hangs
didn't
up
put it
on me.
mute.
Yeah, he hangs up on me, and I don't hear from him for a while. And then he was like, he texted me later and was like, "I'm in a meeting." What? So, I mean, that's what happened with him. And so then after that, the next time I talked, I was just like, "I'm tired of playing this game. I know you're lying." But I don't know what happened. I just had to pray for him. I put him on the prayer list because he's supposed to get out last month and he's still in there.
Free the
He's talking about
anonymous
we going
scammer.
to Dubai. You are getting deported, sir.
He got something
You
lined
stole
up.
money
Nah,
from
he
the
got- he
government,
got
and you're
something lined
not
up.
an American.
Yeah, he's getting
You
that.
think they're gonna let him stay? Yeah, that's exactly who it is.
Oh my God.
Gotta relax.
Oh my God.
Edit that part. All right, so with all these stories, right? These amazing stories, right? What makes you keep being intrigued by someone with that edge, though? Why can't you just lock in with an AT&T corporate guy or something?
Let me jump in and
Yeah.
half an answer. Because a AT&T corporate dude doesn't want to spend $300 a day on hookah and dinner.
But shouldn't a
Because-
woman grow out
because-
of that?
Why gotta go out of it? If y'all
Because
don't-
don't you want to like
Okay,
women
so-
talk about like building a future, a foundation? That shit don't
Yeah,
come
but
with
they'll just be
hookah
in
and-
the house.
Yes,
doing
it does. You can have a hookah in your house. So listen.
But you don't want to go home. You want to go out.
No, I like going home now. I
Okay,
have grown out of going out a lot. I mean, part of it is because a lot of my friends are in jail, but another
Okay.
part of it is like I am getting older. I don't want to be in the parties all the time. I still drink a lot, but I don't drink as much as I used to. So I can remember that it really wasn't that fun. Like I'm
Right.
really not connecting with the people, and I want to make sure that I'm having some sort of actual connection with people. That doesn't really happen. I want to go on a real date. I don't want to go on a date where I'm here, you tell me to bring all my friends so you can look like
in
the
the
boss.
in the section and all that.
yeah.
But see, this is the
But if I go to the club, I do need to be in a section.
I gotta. We'll talk
feet
about
will
that too.
hurt.
I gotta hold you accountable.
For
all right?
what?
Let me
Everything.
tell you why. Because this is a drug dealer's dream. That's what we do.
Wait, can I have some?
You said all your friends are in jail. Well, a lot of your friends are in jail who took you out and things like that, right?
Yeah.
We got your chaser too.
Do you
makes
think that you helped drive them to prison?
Definitely
No.
did. You
No, I
definitely
didn't.
did.
I'm gonna tell you why. You definitely
fault.
drove
No,
them.
I used to try and tell them don't do this.
But
While
you,
you're
isn't
there.
But yes, you never turned them down for the date.
For what? Because I already knew what time it was. And I'm not the ones who drove him to jail are the ones who are getting the good stuff. They were probably fucking him. Let's just be
Doesn't
honest.
matter. He's still spending. He's still
Yes,
spending money.
Well, okay, but if you're gonna spend $20,000 on one girl, what's a little measly $1,000 on me? You're still doing it, and I'm not gonna stop you. You know that they're watching you, and you only have a little bit of time left out here in the
I
free
can't believe
world.
she said what she said.
Lord have
Small
mercy.
world. Yo,
Fellas,
Isn't it?
get your shit together.
Yeah.
man.
I really don't encourage it though. I'm just like, hey, like,
Listen, it's okay. Have
it's
no
not
filter.
okay though. Like if it's somebody that that you feel like is a cool person and you want them to do right, I want everybody to do right. I
So
don't
are you
want people
trying
go
to
jail.
break? Are you trying to break the mold though? Are you trying to grow out of that?
It
Or you
depends on
just
the way
ready
you
to-
ask
Say
me.
no.
Because you
'Cause
said
I'm
you're
fickle.
single, right? You said you're
I am
single.
single.
So obviously what you've been doing ain't been working.
It
right?
hasn't.
It's
but
cold
I don't
outside.
Really date a
It's
lot.
cold outside.
It's very cold.
It's cold outside, right? So, they still say cuffing season?
Yes, they do.
Yes,
That's
it's
what it
cuffing
is,
But you know what?
right?
I think I missed out. And so this is the thing.
It's too
because
close
I've
to
gone-
Christmas to get cuffed.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, because
And you gotta be
someone
careful.
a week
You
out from
can't be
Christmas is
fucking with
not
drug
trying to buy
dealers
any
right now
gifts.
because you
Right.
about to get your taxes. So
Oh,
you
they
can't be
will try
fucking
and
with drug
scam
dealers
me, huh?
right now.
But
Yeah,
I don't have kids. I feel like they really scam the girls with kids.
That is true.
definitely.
That is true.
Because they're
That is
getting
true.
all the money back. Like,
That's true.
I might owe some money. I don't know.
Streets 95. They probably 1099 you anyway.
No, I'm not 1099. Y'all really coming for them. I don't know what happened. And who y'all know?
Nobody.
But no, that's crazy. I
I
want
don't
to
go out a lot.
I want to get on another subject.
Okay.
Because they're gone.
All right. We
You don't like going out and paying for it.
I will.
But
'cause
maybe
I'm
that's
30
the key.
now.
But nobody wants to. No girl wants to pay for
I
their own
don't.
food and no. Because
I will,
you know what
but
my
it's
problem?
cold.
It's not even my problem because I mean guys do it whatever. But why is it that females order shit that they never would have ordered if they were by themselves?
Okay,
Yeah,
now see, I
mad
don't do that.
apps. You order so many appetizers for no reason.
Listen. A part of that
Just
maybe.
to try shit.
Yes,
Yo, you just try
yes,
shit.
because
I want a triple,
sometimes
quadruple,
you-
Hennessy,
you
triple
want
sec.
some-
before, then why the fuck you order it?
Because you want to try
like the
it,
shit.
and now the risk is gone because it's not your money.
That's
It's somebody
the
else's money.
problem, though.
And when you
Okay.
get used to being with somebody who is just a scammer, and they let you do that, they encourage that behavior. It becomes a
Brussels
learned
sprouts taste
It's
the
a
same
lifestyle.
I
everywhere
love
you go.
no, that's not true. I love Brussels sprouts, but this is the thing. And some guys, I know that they think this about me, but I'm like because I can be cheap at times. I can. But
when
it comes
you're
to
by
food,
yourself.
yeah, but not when it comes to food. When it comes to food,
Okay.
I will spend it all. Like I really like a good culinary experience, and I'm going to order a bunch of stuff.
So what if the square
So-
dude says, on the first date, he says, come to my modest apartment, right? Outside of the perimeter, right? And
You want me to go to
And I'm
fucking
gonna
coming
cook.
Christmas spaghetti? That's what he's gonna cook. You know he's gonna make spaghetti.
Listen, but he says, I'm gonna cook for you. You can have all the appetizers you want because I'm about to go to Kroger and swipe my membership card, get the discount, and you're just not gonna go for it.
Okay.
Well, you keep making them prison calls then. That's your choice.
No. So I've had a bad experience with someone cooking for me, and it has scarred me for life.
Go ahead.
Let's go.
So in
the
college, I
easiest
dated this guy. He
episode.
was really cute. He was a nice guy. He was a college student too. He was just a little older than me. So he does all this bragging about how he can cook, right? And I went to Howard. So I was living in D.C. He went to University of Maryland. I don't know if it was like a cultural difference from the East Coast from the South or what. But you guys, he poured ragu pasta sauce. First of all, ragu is the first eggs. That's not good.
What's wrong with ragu?
They
You
make
gotta
organic
doctor
now.
it.
They-
It's not about
No,
organic.
no, no. You
it's
still
about the
can
flavor.
season it. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can season the
you can
ragu.
season it.
Oh, he just
Right.
poured it on the
He
noodles.
poured the sauce
Okay.
from the jar into a pot to kind of heat it up, but he didn't even get it hot enough.
Oh, okay.
He
Yeah,
boiled
yeah,
some
yeah.
pasta.
Okay. Yeah, he was one.
This is the only thing he added was adobo.
You, no.
I was like, are you
Those
Dominican,
don't
nigga?
even
Like,
mix.
what is
No,
this?
those don't mix. Those
And
don't.
there was no meat in the food, and he was really proud of it. And I'm just like,
Effort.
He wanted to
I am
eat
so
fast.
hungry.
Yeah, it does effort though.
I wish they had Uber Eats back then or something that could have delivered. So and he just talked such a good game about good food. Now he used to take me to nice restaurants, and that was good. So I thought he had good taste.
Well, that was just him trying to get you to his home.
I had been to his home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe he
just
was trying to
tripping.
get me there cheaper.
No, he was just he really thought he was doing
He
something.
thought he was doing. He
shout out
wanted to
to
eat
him.
for effort.
Shout out to him.
That's sad. But
I'm
yeah,
feeling
so
him
now,
more than the twist hookah guy.
Now if a guy is like, come to my house, I want to cook for you, I'm just like, but do you really know how? I'd rather cook for him, which I don't have a problem doing. I really enjoy cooking as well.
So now at your mature stage in your life,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you've learned, you got all these horror stories,
A whole
you've
bunch.
learned all these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's your target right now? Because listen, when we started Drug Dealers Dreams, we never thought that women would rock with us as hard as they do. And I love that y'all rock with us. Like, we need y'all.
That's a fact.
Y'all are the foundation of everything we
Gang,
do.
gang.
So that's why you're such an important guest, right? Because you represent that entire demographic. So hopefully, you know, they can learn something from this, because I'm sure they're laughing and thinking about they got their own stories, right? But where do you go from here?
I don't know. So that's the part I'm trying to figure out. I really don't know where I go from
Let's
here.
figure this shit out right now.
I keep trying to
Let's
do
figure
something
it
So you
different.
have to
Like,
figure
this
it
is a
out.
guy I used to date. Like, I recognize that this is the type of man that I would always pick. Let me not.
Who's
try
the one that got away?
There's
You like that, right?
two. Okay, so the first one that got away.
Funk flex voice. Mean.
This is okay. So there's two guys that I really don't have many bad things to say about, but there's
Okay.
one guy who I have nothing bad to say about.
Wow.
Where's he
He's
at
a
right
great
now?
guy. He's in Michigan.
With another woman?
No, I think he may be single. But the thing is, he's
Holla
a
at him
senator.
right now. He's
Why
a
are you blocking
senator.
your blessing? Why you don't reach
is the
out to
thing.
him?
They don't even have water.
I
Why
am
you
not
fucked
Michelle
up?
Obama.
Why you don't tell
He's
him?
worse than the
why you
drug.
don't
They
tell
don't
him
have-
I've been loving you all
Yes,
these years,
look,
and I don't want you to get away from me again. Because I
Because
think
we
you're
had a
single.
serious talk. We dated in college.
Okay.
He wears jeans with shoes though. You know that, right? Any senator.
Yeah,
But it's
that's
okay
a fact.
No,
because
it's not.
he reminds me of my first celebrity crush, which is Rick Fox.
Rick-
Fox is
Steve
fine as
Harvey?
hell.
Oh, I
Rick
thought you
Fox.
were
Oh, I
gonna say
thought you
Steve
were gonna say
Harvey
Steve
wears
Harvey.
jeans with shoes.
Yeah, but Steve-
Anyway,
sorry.
we're not gonna get on his style because all politicians kind of dress corny, right?
Okay.
'Cause
Obama
they
was
lie.
the best one, but he
You-
still had on dad jeans.
You're
But he's-
shitting on
he-
scammers and drug dealers, but you're like a politician. They're professional.
He doesn't really like. She doesn't really like politicians. She's just accepting.
I
him.
liked him.
Yeah, she
The
doesn't like
politician
that he
part
wears
was a-
jeans with shoes. She just liked him. That is the
So-
point.
I
Sometimes
think
you
you
just
don't
like
know
what
what
you
you
like.
like yet.
I know what I like. I know that what I like is not good for me. So I'm trying to figure out
that's
what
the
is
point.
good for me.
That's
so
why you
like
wanna
this
drug
It's
guy
like sugar
is
when you're
cool.
little.
Yeah,
Fucking
it tastes
excellent.
so good, but it's
You know
gonna
what
give you
I'm saying?
cavities.
That's a
But it's
fact.
good and you can't turn the candy
Yeah.
away. So anyway,
Okay.
that guy is a really great guy. I will never say anything bad about him. I saw him earlier this year. He was campaigning, and I went to an event. I really don't know why he was here because he was running in Michigan.
Did you play like the mistress role when he was here?
He's single, so I had to play a mistress.
Oh, you just.
I just went. He
Okay.
invited me, I went.
Okay.
I donated money and everything. And I was just like, why am I donating money? I can't even fucking vote in Michigan. Like, this is dumb, but just like, I like him.
You're
so
supporting.
I
You're
did,
supporting.
yeah. But like, that's a person who got away. But we had a talk and I just knew
But listen,
where
yes,
we wanted
the
to go
way-
in
the
the long
way
run
that
Would
you-
you
wouldn't
his
work.
Kerry Washington and Scandal if you
Are you
was
willing to
married?
make out in like a janitor closet if he just throws you in there?
I can make out with him, but can I be his wife? No, he needs a wife who will shut up and be in the background and wear
okay.
kitten heels. I
I don't know what
detest
those are.
kitten heels.
I don't know what
I
those
don't
are.
know
What
what
are
Kerry
kitten
Hills
heels?
are.
Little bitty
Oh,
heels
like
like this,
librarian
like church ladies,
shoes.
ushers at the
okay,
church, you know,
okay.
like that.
So
I'm not
those are-
doing that.
Those like the
I
man.
talk
That's
about
like the man
sucking
version.
dick
Okay.
and other nasty stuff on my show, and I enjoy talking about it, whether
Okay,
it's
okay.
something from the past or not. That's not a
Okay.
good image for what
No,
he's
it's
trying
not.
to do.
It's not. He
needs
can't get
somebody who can
elected.
be on the
They
back
would
burner.
expose you like
Yeah,
Oh my
Nicki
gosh.
Minaj's boyfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be like that.
Yes,
so
that is a
no.
fact.
Then
Yes.
the other one, I dated this guy. This was out here. The first guy I really dated in Atlanta. And he did teach me a lesson, and that's when you do like somebody and you do care about somebody, you have to let your guard down. And that's something I didn't do. And I think I don't know if I
Why
didn't know
wouldn't you?
how. I don't know. I don't know if I didn't know how. I don't know if I was scared. I don't know what I was
You were on
really
guard
feeling.
because you thought he might hurt you, or
Maybe.
Okay.
So when a woman has sex
Was he?
with a
But
man,
he was
right?
corporate. He was
No,
square.
no.
Okay.
So when you choose to give him the box, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that letting your guard down? That's just like.
That's one guard. There's two different guards.
Yeah.
What's the other
There's an
guard?
emotional
Because she
guard
might
and
give
there's
up
a
the box
physical
because she
guard.
wants to have fun as well.
Yeah, like I
But-
have sexual needs that need to be fulfilled. I get tired of fucking myself with my vibrators, you know? Like it's tiresome. I don't want to have carpal tunnel. There's a lot that goes into that.
You don't want to be calloused. You don't want to be calloused.
You know? So, you know,
happening?
sometimes I will just, maybe I'll backtrack because I don't want to have to deal with a whole new person.
Yeah.
Or
Right,
maybe I'll
right.
find someone new because I'm like, fuck these niggas that I don't
Right.
like anymore. You
Right.
know?
Right.
So it just depends.
Okay.
I
But
still
the
feel
other guy's
like
not
the drug
corporate.
dealer with the trap house was still your favorite.
No, he wasn't. That's just a good story.
She's smiling.
That's just a good story.
She's
I know that
because-
that's a good story, and I have to laugh at myself. Like, how did I end up in this
Okay.
situation?
But listen, the other dude who who you just spoke of, the last dude, what happened to him? He's here.
Okay, so I wasn't really telling him how I really felt. And so I think that he felt like
confusing.
I didn't care.
That's confusing.
It is.
A
So
guy
he
will
taught me a
say,
lesson.
That'll make us drag
A
you.
guy will
Because-
say, "I ain't fucking with you no more"
Exactly.
because of it. Like she bullshitting.
Right.
She know I'm feeling her, and she ain't really.
But then it was like, well, you're also a very busy person.
Well, he was
So-
busy because you were faking.
No, and,
No, he
and-
was literally busy.
And on top of that, sometimes even being with you with a small time frame, whatever it be, you were his piece in that time. But and it's like, damn, I just could be relaxed, like with Shorty, you know what I'm saying? And you acting like, you know, all right, we got sex, but I ain't
No,
really fucking.
it wasn't like that. It was just like me actually saying how I felt. That was the problem. We would spend time together. He traveled a lot for work. So when he would be in town, we would spend time together. But then when he would try to open up and tell me how he felt, I was just like, oh.
What's that sound like to a woman? Like when a man opens up, like, what do you respect? What don't you respect? Like, of course, you don't want like a dude to write you a text poem filled with emojis,
No.
right? So what does that even look like? Like, what's over the
Actually
top?
talking to me. Like just however you feel, whatever you're thinking, and you can say it to my face. Or the only time it's acceptable to do it over the phone, I think, is when you can't physically be together.
Okay, let's say he did that and you still didn't do what you needed to do.
What do I need to do?
I mean, he opened up to you and you still didn't give a proper response, even actually the way you felt. So
Yeah.
why?
Then I might lose him.
You did
lost him.
lose him.
Yeah, well, that man, I did lose him. I thought you meant in the future.
No, I'm talking about him. You lost
Yeah,
him.
I did. And that was a lesson I learned. So now I think I learned it too tough and I've been saying too much.
You should call him when
Why
you
don't
leave.
you call
He's
him?
married.
Why don't you text him an emoji though? See what
I don't have
happens.
his phone number.
A
He's
heart.
married. I don't cross those lines.
Okay.
But I did see him like a week or two ago.
Word?
And we're always friendly when we see each other.
Uh-huh.
And the first time I saw him after I heard that he got married, first of all, I was very upset because I was like, she probably did everything I wasn't doing because it was like the next girl he dated.
That's a fact.
So he
And-
was ready to marry you and you ain't even know
And
it.
she was like really collateral.
I don't know that he was
damage.
ready to marry me, but
He
I think
was ready to
probably
get
was
married.
ready
He
for
was ready. Yeah,
marriage.
he was ready to
He
get
was
married.
ready for that relationship.
So when I heard that, I was very hurt, of course. But then I said, you know what? I gotta look at me because I really don't have a lot of bad things to say about him, and I can't put all the blame on somebody else. I have to accept responsibility for what I did or didn't do. So when I did see him, we had a little talk, and he was like, you know, I really feel like we probably both were a little immature in the situation. We both had something to learn. I was like, oh, that's nice
Gotcha.
because I thought you were great. But
Gotcha.
if you feel that way, it's cool. So now I think that if a guy wants to tell me how he feels, I'm a lot more open to it. Now, it's my responsibility.
But are you
to
ready?
no.
Are you? That's what I'm saying. Are you ready to tell them how you feel?
Yes, I'll tell them.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm still very sensitive to their reaction. So it's like
What do you mean?
find, like if I'm opening up and I'm saying how I feel to a guy, and he gives the reaction that I would have given 5-6 years ago, I get hurt. Like I just feel hurt and I'm upset because you didn't give the reaction that I wanted. So that's the part I'm working on.
So you're
Like, hey,
scared.
Yeah, I am.
But
That's
you
effective.
shouldn't make your decisions based off fear.
I shouldn't, but I do.
Okay.
That's understandable.
No, it is. We
It's
all
like
go
that's
through
the
it.
process I'm in. I'm trying to figure that out.
So that's
and do
that's
better.
if you had to give like some type of advice to people in your same situation, that's what you would tell them.
I would tell them, try your best to get over it because sometimes you'll miss out on something by keeping your mouth closed. And everybody knows the phrase, like, a closed mouth don't get fed.
Word.
If you don't tell a person how you feel,
You ain't gonna word.
and sometimes you have to be the one to say it first. Or when they say it, like, be conscious of your reaction. Like, literally, when I got here, I was talking to my dad, and he was like, yeah, I was talking to you, and I said, okay, Kiara, I'll talk to you later, bye, I love you. And you, like, said, okay, bye. So I was like, I don't
Right.
know why I get so weird about
With your
stuff like
dad,
that.
you're out.
Well,
of
we have
control.
a weird relationship.
I think it's a lot
But you're
so
of
still
we're
out of
working
control.
on
You're out of
rebuilding our
control.
Yo,
relationship.
I think it's a lot of women though that get hurt at an early stage in their life, and then they just become savages.
Yeah, I don't even think I'm a savage. I think I'm just cold.
That old code,
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I'm
yeah.
cold and I know it, but it's still like, sometimes it's easier.
And you gotta
For me.
understand, as men, we never look at y'all as cold. Like if we like you, we always look at you
Yeah,
as
that
like this
surprised me when you
gentle,
meet
pretty
somebody like
little
me.
woman. You know what I'm saying? And then when you do show us that coldness, that shit fucks us up. We're like, oh, fuck her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Somebody
she's
was
the
blowing
woman.
my phone up at 4 o'clock this morning.
That's what I'm saying, because you know what I think, where you could shed some, you could give me some understanding, because I don't understand this, right? You know, as women gain power in this world, which rightfully y'all should have, because to be honest with you, women are the most powerful, gender, right? But as y'all discover y'all power, and as the world changes, as society changes, and y'all become more powerful, I feel like y'all losing sight of y'all role. Like, I'm gonna tell you, you don't have to raise your eyebrows to me. I'm giving you props. Listen, because you know, being an independent woman is great, right? Not needing like financially not needing a man is great. All these things are great. Being an empowered, confident, strong woman is great, right? But then you get with a dude and you feel like you want a man to fulfill his role, right? You still want a man to be a man. But in the meantime, the reverse of that is, what the fuck is a woman's role now? Because y'all used to be like forced into a role that was whack, like stay home, clean, cook, have babies. That's over now, right? So what's the new woman's role?
What do y'all think it is? I feel like men kind of.
I still think you should cook.
You know what? Let me go in.
Cook what?
I just still think that you should hold the home. I think you should be the foundation of our home.
You know what the
Even if
new
she
age?
works?
I don't. Yes.
Yeah.
Let me talk my shit. Right. So listen, a woman, I definitely like a woman who works. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The thing is like, I still want to be a man. I'll still pay the bills. You can pay the cable bill, the electric, or
Like the
something
little
like that.
baby.
Yeah,
Right.
But I'll pay the
To
mortgage.
show that
or whatever.
we're a team. To show that we're a team.
One thing about a woman who, you don't have to be corporate, whatever job you got, I want me to be able to take care of everything, and you can take care of the smaller things. And then if it's ever a situation where I'm not able to do stuff, you've had this amount of time to whatever business you want to start on the side, or whatever money you save, we know we can be each other's crutch. You know what I'm saying? God forbid I ever fall off. I don't ever want to. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, I've held it down long enough for when it's a small period of time where I might need you, you can help.
You should be there.
I think that's fair.
And the problem is a lot of women in this new generation, this new millennium, it's like, yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that should.
Because what y'all don't understand is our role was fucked up too. In like the old school thinking, our role was fucked up too. We shouldn't have to just work a job we hate. You know what I'm saying? Go to the bar after work for happy hour, then come home to a woman we're not attracted to. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't do. That's the old school shit. And
Why are you with a woman you're not attracted
no, I'm just saying that's the old school model of a family. Like think about how things were put in your head. Like
I never thought about that last part though. not
because
being attracted to her.
we've been having sex with the same chick for years and years
so you're
and
just
years.
over it. Like one point you were attracted.
It might, like, you stop putting the work in. You might let yourself go. You might not put on lingerie no more. You might not do the extra shit you used to
Do
do.
you really like lingerie? That's a random question. but
Just
do you
whatever the
really
extra
like
shit
it?
you used to do.
Okay.
Some lingerie is cool.
Niggas don't care.
It all
I
comes
feel like
off,
y'all
though.
try and take stuff off so quickly, and lingerie is hot.
I mean,
don't really
You
it's
can
cool.
admire
They
it
don't
for a
really care.
minute.
It's
He's
just
just
the
using
thought
it as
that
a
counts.
general-
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the thought that
General
counts. It's like
scenario.
if I come home and I see you in lingerie, I know you're gonna be a little freakier than you normally be. So
Okay.
it's like, okay,
As
that's
opposed
cool.
to a moo-moo.
Right. As I don't even know what that is.
It's
but
like a big nightgown.
My
I don't
brain
know
knows
what that
Sorry,
is,
go
though.
ahead.
But
Yeah,
either way, I'm just saying, like, I feel like women, right? They expect us to maintain the role as provider.
Yeah.
But then we look around and there's no role. Y'all don't have a role anymore. And I'm wondering what the new role is. You know, because roles do have to be defined in a relationship, correct?
Correct.
Right, so it's like, what is the new woman's role? Because I know the old role is whack. I understand that men put y'all in a corner and the shit was corny, and y'all have evolved from that, right? But what is the new
But
role?
once
for
the
one?
man
'Cause
is
we're
holding
still
it
the
down,
fucking providers.
paying it bills,
Yeah, we're
doing
still
what
the
he gotta
providers.
do.
It's like our money is our money,
money.
right?
Uh-huh.
Your money, you have the luxury kind of, like, we don't ever expect money from you. You know what I'm saying? So you get to keep the little money and do what you do and follow your dreams and all that. And we have the responsibility of holding the crib down. So like G was saying, if something, God forbid, if something happens and it's time for you to step up, that's when that role becomes defined.
Or would you say, this sorry motherfucker ain't
Exactly,
work.
because that's
He
what's
ain't
happening.
He ain't bringing shit in like
I should
that.
have
I've
left
been bringing shit in
I should have
for
left
5
when you-
years.
Yeah, and then all
What
of
are
a
you
sudden,
talking-
being the hustler or being the scammer or even being the 9-to-5 or whatever you are, all of a sudden the woman tears you down for that. She says, "Oh, you shouldn't have did this or you shouldn't have
Right.
did that."
You're
She's
stupid.
gone.
I think that's
now
kinda
she's
fucked
smoking
up.
hookahs at Twist.
Yeah, with
Well,
the
Twist
new
is gone.
Yeah.
Twist is gone.
at InstaBlue with a
Yeah.
new motherfucker,
Yeah.
and you had a dude that was holding you down for all these years.
I get all of that, but sometimes I think something that we skipped over is that a lot of times men expect all of these roles, whether you're
No,
the
but I don't know
provider-
what role it is.
Go
But
ahead,
hold
let
on.
her speak.
So you guys may be the provider, right?
Okay.
And then you have this woman who you're taking care of, and she's taking care of the home. But the thing is,
She's
you
not.
guys sometimes,
She's not.
not necessarily
ahead.
you in
Let her
particular,
speak.
but
Let her
men
speak.
will expect you to do all this stuff, but we don't have a real commitment. We are not married. I'm your girlfriend, and you only call me your girlfriend when it's convenient to you. So now that shit has hit the fan, and you don't have a job or you're not bringing in money however you were bringing in money before, and I gotta hold it down, now you love me. Now I'm just this person
Yeah,
that's
'cause
supposed
you're-
to have
you're
your
there
back
when I'm
while you was
down.
out here fucking around on
do
me
love you
for a
if you-
long
when
time.
I'm
And I
down.
think people forget that now. Let's just say that that's not the case.
But
and
you
we
were
are
accepting
married.
it while we were doing all of
Because
that.
it was convenient to me. So don't get mad when it's inconvenient
She
to me.
pointed at you. You gotta. Yo, we don't
Who
point
am-
on
I'm
drug dealers'
sorry.
dreams.
I'm sorry.
I'm
That
just-
make y'all
I'm joking.
nervous.
I'm in the X place.
I'm joking.
Like-
But I'm
like-
just saying, like,
I'm
it's
joking.
you get mad when we do what's convenient for us, but when it's convenient for you, you're not mad, and that's just human nature. I think
Okay,
you
that's
want
different,
things
right?
I'm
to
feeling
be
that. I'm feeling that.
convenient
I don't
for
like
you.
it, but I
So
understand.
now I'll say this: everybody is not trying to make somebody their ghetto wife or their baby mom forever or their long-term girlfriend. Some people do get married. Now, if you do establish whatever it is that you want, I think that you do have to communicate with the person you're with. Some people don't want to get married. Me, I would like to get married. So don't expect me to be doing wife stuff, not wifey, but wife stuff, if you don't feel like I can be your wife.
But don't you have to
If we-
earn the right to be a
You
wife?
do, and so we need to figure that out. But I don't feel like we have to go through major hardships
Okay.
for you to feel like you want to marry me. Now,
Nope.
you
about
also
to
need
get-
to
I know
have.
you about to get it.
Listen,
Gotta go in.
I think that you have to have conversations.
Okay.
I mean, conversations are never going to be like real life. I get that, but you do need to have conversations and understand where a person's head is at. If you talk to me and we talk about these things, and I say, hey, I feel like if you don't have a job after 3 years, I'm gonna dip.
Oh, that-
you need
I
to
mean, that's
listen
a
to
long
that.
time.
That's not
Yeah,
how
that's
I
a long-
feel.
yeah,
That's
that's
what
a lot.
I'm
But
not. I'm
even
not.
I thought you were
still-
gonna say 3 months.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Well,
3
no.
months. Okay.
But you know, like as my boyfriend,
Right.
it's been a long time, and you want me to pay these bills. Like I can go find somebody else and get
Definitely.
a better
Okay.
situation.
I can go for that. 3
People
years
do
is out of
different
control.
things, but I think that you have to talk about it. So for me, it's like okay.
So communication is
whoever-
important.
Yes, whoever I'm in a relationship with, whatever type of relationship it is, we need to establish what it is that you're expecting from me and what I'm expecting from you.
Okay.
Now, if either one of us, whether it's you or me, isn't holding up our end of the bargain, we need to revisit that conversation. And if you feel like I'm being selfish and you are down in your luck at this time and I need to pick up the slack and I'm not, call me out on it.
So
Okay. I
in your
can say
new,
that.
before you go in,
Go
let me
ahead.
say this real
Go ahead.
quick because it's gonna be.
I'm not even gonna go
lead
in crazy. I'm not gonna go in
I know.
crazy. But go ahead.
You said you know what you want now, right?
I'm
In a
figuring
man.
it out, yeah.
Right.
She doesn't know. You know.
But do
it's
you
okay.
know what you're going to bring to the table now? Do you know how you're going to change it?
I think that's on a case-by-case basis. It depends on
Okay.
who I'm with.
I think that's fake.
No, I
You
think
think
that's
that's
fair.
fake?
Yeah, I think that's fake
Because-
Why?
you're
'Cause
gonna.
I'm not gonna give everybody the same
no,
thing.
No, let me explain. I hate this meme that's going around, right?
What is that?
That's like, yo, I match your energy, right? Yo, whatever
That's not
energy
what I'm talking
you
about.
bring, I match it, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
okay.
treat you how you treat me.
Okay.
That's fake shit. That means you don't have a mind of your own,
I'm not
right?
talking about the
But
energy.
I know, and I'm just leading into what I'm saying, right? What I mean by that is you should be rock solid at this point in exactly who you are and exactly what you bring to the table. You see what I'm saying?
I
So it
know
shouldn't
what I
be a
have to
case by
offer.
case.
I ain't
No,
going
it
for
is.
that. I'm gonna go for
Because
case by
it
case.
depends on what this
I'm gonna
other
say no.
person, what my partner
Yeah.
wants to offer me. Then I figure out what do I feel is comparable. Because maybe I have a
This
whole
isn't
lot
a
to
business
offer.
transaction.
Yes, it
Let me
is.
explain.
I don't
Can I?
think
Can I?
so.
jump
If we're
in?
getting married,
because
it's a business
because
transaction.
I'm gonna say why.
100%.
Not even getting married. It could be a relationship, right? He's just taking care of everything, right?
Right.
like it's a different level of effort she actually has to put in. Now if she got a dude who's working and she see that he's trying and he's every week whatever he got he putting in, she like, I'm gonna put a little more effort in because he's on his grind. You know what I'm saying? It's just a difference. So I understand, and I would hope now if she got this dude who busting his ass every week and he bringing out home such and such and he can pay the bills but he barely could cover, but she will put forth the effort. But when it comes easy to someone else, why would I even try to go hard for him because he's taking care of it? You know what I'm saying? So
now if he's taking care of me and treating me how I want to be treated,
Which is what?
good, great, better. Like
This is the problem.
You need to make me happy every day. I want to be happy.
I
I should
know
not be
how-
stressed out. If I'm stressed out, it should never come from me.
That's
but
not
the
gonna
stressed
work.
out, is that include shoes?
I'm
or
getting
not
stressed out.
shoes.
Okay.
I'm not
Listening
even-
to you
I'm not
saying
even
that
like
is
a-
stressing me out.
No,
Because
that's
it's
just
too
a
much
good life.
pressure.
We're not
I
really
can't make
worried
you
about,
happy every
We're not
day.
really
Yes, you
worried about
can.
bills. We can
Because
eat.
I'm really a simple person when it comes to being happy. Like, did you check on me today?
Did you call me while I was
Did
at
we
work?
get to talk? Did I get to have a conversation with you?
Trine
Even
definitely
if it
says,
was text messages.
did you call?
I'm not asking
you
you
don't
to take
call
me
me
on shopping
when you're at
sprees.
work.
Right.
Or when I'm at work, you're supposed to call or da 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 da. And that's
So
what
the
I
I
don't
small
even need you to
things
call
matter.
me all the time because
So,
that will
but,
get on my
but
nerves.
the small things matter. That's
Yes,
what you're saying.
small things. It's like those little things. So if I feel secure in whatever we have, whatever we have
Right.
agreed upon,
Right.
and we are happy together,
Right.
that's all I need. Like, I'm not asking you to take me shopping. I'm not asking you to buy me a whole bunch of stuff. It's nothing like that. It's something that doesn't cost anything but your time. Because
Gotcha.
my love language is quality time.
Okay.
And he's gonna have to figure his out too. And you need to know that about me. So if you can't give me any of your time, it's like, hey, I just need a couple minutes a day. I know you have to see you every day, but I need a couple minutes. And if you can't give me
You're
that,
still
then I'm gonna
matching
be unhappy
energies.
and I'm gonna be acting crazy.
Drug dealer's dream.
Peace.
Signing off.
Yeah, man. Some of y'all still out here dreaming, man. You done turn this shit to a reality. Know what I mean?